Welcome back to Prepper's Paradigm, the go-to channel for practical prepping without the panic, and your guide through the ins and outs of disaster preparedness. Today, we're delving into a crucial question that many preppers ponder. Can you trust your neighbors and rely on mutual support after SHTF, or should you keep to yourself and hide your preparedness? But before we dive in, if you find our content valuable, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more no-nonsense prepping advice. I have first-hand experience, having been on the ground after several major disasters, witnessing both the best and, unfortunately, the worst of human behavior. Today, we're exploring the dynamics of trust in the aftermath of a crisis, drawing from real-world examples to help you make informed decisions about who to rely on in challenging times. So, let's get started with the complexities of post-disaster human behavior, drawing insights from both historical events and personal experiences. As preppers, we understand that real-world disasters can be both unpredictable and devastating. From hurricanes to earthquakes, these events not only test our survival skills, but also reveal the true nature of human behavior. In the aftermath of major disasters, we've seen inspiring acts of solidarity and kindness. Communities come together, neighbors support each other, and there's a shared sense of overcoming adversity. However, it's crucial to acknowledge the darker side too. Instances of looting and desperation remind us that not everyone reacts with altruism. Understanding these dynamics is key to navigating the complexities of post-disaster scenarios and deciding whether to hide yourself and your preps or build a community. Having personally witnessed the aftermath of several large-scale disasters, I can attest to the spectrum of human behavior. It's this first-hand experience that fuels the Prepper's Paradigm commitment to providing you with practical insights. To prepare effectively, we must recognize that human behavior in crisis situations is multifaceted. It ranges from cooperation and community support to individual desperation. By understanding these dynamics, we can make informed decisions for ourselves and our communities. As the dust settles after a disaster, the initial short-term response of communities can be both remarkable and uplifting. Contrary to some preconceptions, people often come together, offering help and support in the face of adversity. Studies and real-world examples consistently show that in the immediate aftermath of a crisis, neighbors tend to lend a helping hand. It's a natural response, a communal instinct to ensure the survival of the group. This is why establishing connections within your local community is invaluable. The relationships you build before disaster strikes can be the bedrock of mutual aid during challenging times. Joining community events, participating in neighborhood initiatives, it all contributes to a shared sense of responsibility. Many unprepared people will assume that external help is coming, but history also shows us that communities often act as their own first line of defense. The initial response is characterized by collaboration, resource sharing, and a collective effort to weather the storm together. In my own experiences, I've witnessed communities rallying together in the aftermath of hurricanes, earthquakes, and conflict. These moments of unity demonstrate the resilience of the human spirit, and they underscore the importance of fostering trust before disaster strikes. However, the tone can change as the initial response turns into the longer-term after effects of a disaster. While the initial response often showcases the best in people, the prolonged effects of a disaster can introduce a different dynamic, one of desperation. It's important to acknowledge this aspect to better understand the challenges that may arise. Prolonged disasters can have a profound psychological impact on individuals and communities. As resources become scarcer and uncertainty lingers, desperation may set in, leading to actions that go beyond the norm. This is where the concern about theft and attempts to take resources from preppers can emerge. It's not always driven by malicious intent, but often by a sense of survival instincts kicking in when faced with limited options. As preppers, it's crucial to approach this potential with a balanced mindset. While caution is necessary, jumping to conclusions about your neighbor's intentions can create unnecessary tension and could make the situation worse. Not everyone who acts out of desperation is an immediate threat. Looking back at historical examples, we see instances where communities faced with prolonged challenges had to navigate these complexities. Learning from these experiences can help us prepare for a range of scenarios. As preppers, cultivating trust within our communities is not just an ideal, it's a practical necessity. For example, after a disaster, an individual may not be able to defend their home on their own, but a group of neighbors working together will be much more successful. Remember that trust is a two-way street. So how should we go about building a foundation of trust with our neighbors? Firstly, participation is key. Attend local community events, engage in neighborhood initiatives, and get to know your neighbors. Familiarity breeds trust, and being an active part of your community establishes a sense of shared responsibility. You can also take the opportunity to get to know and understand your neighbors' personalities to give you an insight into what they will be like when times are hard. Another vital aspect is resource sharing. In times of plenty, consider sharing surplus supplies with your neighbors. This not only builds goodwill but also establishes a culture of reciprocity, creating a network of support during challenging times. Establishing a neighborhood watch or communication network is an excellent proactive measure. Regular communication fosters a sense of security and community awareness. Knowing that you can rely on your neighbors creates a stronger collective defense against potential threats. I've personally witnessed the power of these measures after disasters. Communities that had invested in building trust were better equipped to navigate challenges. These practical steps aren't just theoretical. They've proven to make a significant difference in real-life scenarios. While building trust is crucial, it's also essential to implement security measures to protect your resources. In the next section of the video, we discuss practical steps to secure your preps without compromising community bonds. Ensuring the security of our resources is a fundamental aspect of long-term survival. In this section, we'll discuss practical security measures to safeguard your preps without compromising community bonds. Let's start with the basics. Secure storage. Ensure your supplies are stored in a manner that is not only organized but also protected. This may include investing in lockable containers, storage rooms, or secure cabinets to deter casual access. Next, consider establishing a security plan for your property. This involves assessing vulnerabilities, identifying potential points of entry, and implementing measures to fortify those areas. Remember, a well-thought-out security plan is a preemptive strategy. Non-lethal deterrence can be effective in discouraging unauthorized access. From alarms and motion sensor lights to deterrents that don't have a long-lasting effect, such as pepper spray, these measures can act as a first line of defense without escalating the situation to a dangerous level. While security measures are crucial, it's equally important to strike a balance. Excessive fortifications can create an atmosphere of distrust within your community, as well as highlighting to outsiders that you have something to protect. The goal is to protect your preps without isolating yourself from potential allies or drawing unnecessary attention from others. As we conclude our exploration into community dynamics after SHTF, it's time to highlight the power of unity. Building a resilient community is not just about securing resources, it's about creating a support system that can withstand the test of time. Recall the importance of building trust within your community. As discussed earlier, the relationships you establish and the bonds you forge contribute significantly to the overall strength of your collective response to adversity. There's a saying that goes strength in numbers, and when it comes to survival, this couldn't be truer. A united community can share resources, distribute responsibilities, and provide emotional support during challenging times. Surviving a disaster isn't just about the immediate aftermath, it's about long-term survival. A community that stands together can pool skills, knowledge, and resources, creating a more sustainable and resilient environment. As preppers, let's not only focus on individual preparedness, but also on strengthening the fabric of our communities. Encourage open communication, support local initiatives, and foster a sense of shared responsibility. In conclusion, the aftermath of SHTF scenarios may pose challenges, but a united community can overcome them. Thank you for joining us in this exploration of trust, security, and unity. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more practical prepping content, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Remember, it's not just about surviving, it's about thriving together. Stay prepared, stay connected, and stay resilient. Until our next insightful journey into the world of preparedness, this is Prepper's Paradigm, signing off.